Hello everybody, it's Roberto Parker again with Innovative Sports Training. Time for another Health Detective Series talk today. Today's topic is carbohydrate versus fat. I'm going to go into some specifics on both a little bit here. Most Americans consume considerably too much refined carbohydrates. They don't consume enough leafy green vegetables and good low glycemic, low sugar type of fruits, which are really good carbohydrates. Most Americans consume way too much carbohydrates and not enough good fats. So let's go into what basically carbohydrates will do to your body in terms of consuming too much refined carbohydrates. First of all, they will increase your blood sugar, which is not good because that can lead to insulin resistance, which also can lead to some diabetic issues with type 2 diabetes. They can increase your triglyceride levels, which is not good. Triglycerides are connected with your cholesterol. They can cause glycation. Glycation is basically hardening of various tissues in the body. Glycation is also highly associated with inflammation. Too much carbohydrates can increase, bad carbohydrates can increase cortisol levels adversely, which can also wreak inflammation and cause a disease process. They can lower the strength of your thyroid. As you know, the thyroid is a major metabolic component. It is the master metabolizer within the body. You can become sugar dependent, or what I call carbohydrate dependent, where basically what you're doing. So if I'm starting a fire, for example, I'm going to use small branches, twigs to start a fire. Well, the fire will start if I light it correctly, but how long will that fire last? Not very long, because of the small structure of the branches. It's poof, it's gone within seconds, so you're always hungry. So now you also develop food cravings. It also elevates your insulin levels if you're consuming too much bad carbohydrates. Too much insulin in the system will cause you to produce less growth hormone. And when your insulin levels are always high, you'll more likely put on a lot of excess body fat. That's been associated through scientific studies. Typically, individuals with very high insulin have high body fat and are more susceptible to various diseases. Now, conversely to that, let's talk about being more fat adaptive. Fat adaptive is when I'm consuming more fats in my eating, in my nutritional plan, such as olive oil, avocados, grass-fed meats, grass-fed butters, wild game. It could be fatty fish, salmon, good fatty foods, good fatty clean foods, okay, that are not processed. The advantage of good fatty foods are this. First of all, I'll talk a little bit about ketosis here, which is kind of a big buzzword today. If you're consuming good fats in your system and you lower your carbohydrate in your system, your body will develop ketones. Ketones is a much cleaner burning fuel. Ketones are really just a byproduct of consuming a good amount of fats because ketones come from fatty acids within the system that are manufactured in the liver. But it's a much cleaner burning fuel. Consuming more fat will also lower your blood sugar. It will increase your insulin sensitivity. It will keep your insulin more stable. It will balance out your thyroid and your cortisol levels. You become more fat adaptive. Now, the analogy I'll use on that is this, versus becoming more carbohydrate adaptive. You take a nice big fat log this time and start the fire instead of those small twigs. How long will that big fat piece of almond wood burn in the fireplace? Considerably longer. And so that's the analogy that I use for being fat adaptive. You're going to have much more energy throughout the day. You will not have to consume as many meals. You will reduce your food cravings. So guys, there are a lot of distinct advantages of eating good fatty foods. Now, I did not say zero carbs. As I talked about earlier in this topic, you need to consume good carbohydrates, good fibrous type of carbohydrates, leafy green vegetables, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and asparagus and those types of vegetables. Vegetables and produce that have good fiber. Now, fruit can be problematic. You got to be a little bit careful with fruit. I recommend blackberries, raspberries, goji berries. Those types of fruits are excellent because they're low in sugar and they're high in fiber. Guys, in my practice here, I work on people all the time who have these issues, who come to me, and I give them consultation sessions on how to balance out their hormones better, how to improve their nutritional habits, how to exercise, how to improve their activity level. So guys, if you have any questions, please contact me. My number is 816-405-7703. My email address is rwpsports@yahoo.com. I'll be more than happy to sit down with you. I'll even give you a 30-minute free consultation. Guys, have a great day. This has been another Health Detective series with Innovative Sports Training and Roberto Parker. Take care and God bless.